Hey guys, it's Len here at Lionstrong Athletics, and today I want to talk about how to actually do a pull-up. I'm going to teach you proper technique, proper rep range if we want to progress in either strength or size, and show you some cool tools like bands, do some eccentrics, some weighted pull-ups, all that fun stuff. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of our videos, and head to my website, lionstrongathletics.com, grab some swag, look into our online programs. Let's get to it. All right, first thing I want to talk about is how to actually contract your back on a pull-up and get this into those larger muscle groups instead of just using these small groups like your biceps and your traps. And this is a big issue. I see this all the time and it really frustrates me. But people are doing their pull-ups or chin-ups and it looks like this. You're hunching yourself over and you're not letting your back do the work, right? So our back contracts by coming together like this. But if I'm constantly pulling up like this, it's hardly coming together at all. So I'm relying on this force from my biceps and force from my traps to try and bring me up. And because those are small muscles, it's actually pretty hard to progress. We want to load this onto our bigger muscles, like our lats and our lower traps, and really contract and squeeze and have those muscles build up and build strength. Okay? So I'm going to show you real quick what I see too often with that crunch motion. Watch my back here. Watch how it's not really doing too much of the work. Versus if I really squeeze those lats and pull back, and you can see now I'm using these big muscles and I can do this for a lot longer. I have a lot more strength in that motion and I can progress a lot easier. Before we get into kind of the tools we can use to get to this stage, I want to talk about rep ranges. If you're going just for hypertrophy, I like to do the kind of 10 to 30. When I lift myself, I do the lion style of lifting. So I'm doing a set to failure around 10, and then a set to failure around 25 to 30. I find that is the best for size. I blow up, I feel really good and really strong. My muscles are full of blood and pumped. And I've been just progressing with that system. That's what I recommend for you. Now, if you're going just for strength, or if your goal is to just be able to do one pull-up, what I want you to do is stay in the 3 to 5 rep range. It means it's very difficult. You're lifting heavy, but that's how you're going to get towards that pull-up goal. So keep that in mind. Whatever your goal is, that's the rep range you do. The first tool we're going to go over is bands, exercise bands, and how we can use this to progress in our pull-ups. We're going to start with going over the traditional way and then get into the preferred way if you have a squat rack available to you. So traditionally, what we can do with this band is we're throwing it through the middle on the top here, and I'm just wrapping it around, making sure it's nice and tight, and I'm using this as leverage to help me, especially at the bottom of our lift. And that's why this band is so effective for this exercise, is we are weakest at the bottom. So that's when we get the most help here. So as we're set up, what I want you to do is hop up into this with just one foot. You do not need to have 2 feet in. If you have 2 feet in, you might actually not be able to get out, and that could be a problem. So always have 1 foot loose, right? I want you to grab the bar where you want to grab. I like outside grip for outside lats, inside grip for more mid lat. I want you to drive hard down, and my foot is going to be locked out here, and that's where it's staying the whole time. So I have force from this band that is not changing throughout from rep to rep. It is constant. So I'm grabbing onto the handles that I want. I'm going down in front. I'm going to try and drive up. And again, I'm trying to squeeze my back. Not rounding forward. I'm pushing that chest up to the roof. And that's how you really activate those big muscle movers. So right now, this band is giving me a lot of help. It's a green band, which is one of my biggest bands here at Lionstrong. Once I reach this point where I'm out of my rep range, say I am going for a hypertrophy, I'm easily getting 10, I'm getting more like 15, 17, and it's time to progress. That is when I will change to a band that is a little bit smaller. It gives me less help. So I'll progress from a purple to one that's even thinner, the black, to one that's the thinnest red over time as I get stronger. Now, a big problem with this setup and why it's not my favorite setup, one, it's pretty uncomfortable. As I'm in there, this band is against my body. It does not feel good. Also, when I'm ready to make that jump, that's a big jump. It could be a huge difference. And I don't even really know what the difference between these two bands are. 20 pounds of force, 40 pounds of force, I have no idea. And right now making this jump, if I'm just barely getting out of my rep range here, this might not be able to handle me. So I might have to make a combo of bands to try and figure this out. And it gets really confusing. So our rate of progression is big jump after big jump instead of these kind of small incremental jumps that we want. And so that's why I'm going to show you the preferred method. And this really, you can only do this if you have a squat rack. And what I'm going to do is instead put this band around the bar holders here that I have set up. So right now I've created more or less a trampoline that I can use to provide the exact same amount of force. But now I don't have to worry about it hitting my body. I can still do the pull-ups the same. It feels way more comfortable. I can have 2 feet in, 1 feet in. And here's the best part of this. My progression is no longer just about bands, because I can change the force by just changing the height of where this bar holder starts. So right now I'm at 13.5. If I said, okay, that was a little bit too hard, I need to make this easier, I'm going to move it up. And so now I put it to 15.5. Say I've worked my way up, I can get 15 reps easy at this. I'm going to try and make it harder. I can progress slowly down the rack and make small incremental changes as opposed to these big jumps with the band. Okay? And that's how I can really just give that progressive overload over time. I might reach the bottom and then I can progressive bands, put it back up, work my way down with that purple band, put it back up, work my way down with that black band, and so on and so on. And that's how I'm going to actually gain strength without making these giant jumps. And it just makes a lot more sense. Okay? So if you have the squat rack available to you, this is the one I want you to do. Way more comfortable, way more effective. Now, if your goal is strength, that is the number one most important thing. It's not size. You are focused on getting one pull-up or increasing your pull-up strength. I can't stress this enough. You need to do some eccentric lifts. And what that means is I am no longer just doing the pull-up, but I'm more focused on the down on this version. Most eccentric lifts require a spotter, but the great thing about pull-ups is it doesn't. You are your own spotter at the bottom. So how you're going to set up on this is make sure you have a bench or something available for you to be able to reach the bar. I am not going to put a whole lot of pressure through the going up. I'm going to focus on just coming down, controlling that nice and slow. Okay? So as I grab these bars here, I'm actually going to give myself a jump up. And at the top, I'm holding this and I'm going to descend slowly. Now, one thing to focus on here, notice how I descended. I was still keeping that flex. I was not letting myself curve over. I do not want to see you in this position slowly releasing because my biceps are doing a ton of work there. I want you to be at the top. I'm driving my chest to the roof and I am descending with that chest up the whole time. Now, when you get to the bottom, move this a little closer, I want you to press up again the exact same way. So our rep range on this eccentric is only going to be like 3 to 5. Keep in that strength zone. I'm driving up, pushing up off my legs. I'm descending, good form, go back on. Jump up, I'm descending. And this is an exercise where I can load up more than what I'm capable of doing because I only have to do the down version. So if you can't even do a single pull-up, which is totally fine, start here on these eccentrics where you can maybe load up your whole body weight and get those muscles used to holding your body weight and holding that force. Now, if you're not even close to being able to do a pull-up, that's okay. We can still do eccentrics with a band. And it won't give us as much help, but we can still set it up the same way. I'm here, it's providing me some help. I'm going to jump up. It's helping me as I descend and keep proper form. And then we can again progress down the rack and get us better progressively over time. So go give this a try. 3 to 5 reps, eccentric, keep good form the whole time, and gain some real strength. All right, so you've made it this far. You're able to do pull-ups. Eccentrics, body weight are way too easy for you now. You're a master. It's time to bump it up, and that is adding a weight belt. I can't believe it, but I see so many people, really, really strong people at the gym, not know how to use these properly. And it's funny. I want you to put on the belt first without putting any weight on. So I've already attached it to me. Now I'm going to put it through the weight. And if available, stop putting it through the middle. Every time guys put it through the middle, especially when they rack the 45s, guess where that lands? Not a good spot. You've got to give yourself some room. So if you have it available, always through the top. And now I have all this room, so I am staying safe. Okay, now attach it to the other side, not the same side. So now it forms this triangle here, and now it's distributed evenly on my body and I can lift. Okay, once you're here, of course you can do eccentrics like this, or you can just practice your pull-ups, but always make sure you are driving that chest up to the roof and you are not curving your back over. And that is how you progress. So if you are lifting for hypertrophy, you want to get into that maybe 10-ish rep zone, find that weight that works for you, and then drop it down into a weight where you can hit 20, 25, 30, do a high rep set. If your goal is pure strength, 3 to 5, I will even do a little pause at the bottom if I'm going for pure strength. I will drive up, good form, touch at the bottom, drive up, good form, and then treat it kind of like I'm doing a deadlift where I hit a little reset in between. That's a great way to gain strength off that pull motion. So go try it out. Make sure you put this on properly so that you can advance. I hope you learned today how to actually do a pull-up properly and how to utilize these tools like the bands, eccentrics, and weighted pull-ups so that you can progress towards your goals. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date, and head over to lionstrongathletics.com and get started on our fitness programs.